M-omulimisa is a Ganda word literally meaning an agricultural extension worker. To communities in eastern Uganda, in the districts of Busia, Tororo and Palisa, M-omulimisa is an application used by the communities to demand for better service delivery. According to Ivan Luis Pino, the IT consultant for Women of Uganda network Wougnet in eastern Uganda, this application was initially developed to act as an online consultation space for smallholder farmers and also close the gap between farmers and agricultural extension workers.
On the other side of M-omulimisa, the application is now being used. It's now being used by other CSOs like Wougnet, which is Women Uganda Network, an organization that uses ICTs to monitor service delivery by government institutions and officials. So they revamped, they changed the whole system in that it can also serve as a gap in reporting poor service delivery to the leaders that are concerned.
Wougnet, with the support of the Swedish International Development Agency, SIDA, is implementing a project on improving citizenry engagement with duty bearers to improve service delivery using ICTs. The project's overall goal is to improve leaders' responsiveness for accountability and transparency in public service delivery. This is a 3-year project working in the 3 districts of Busia, Tororo and Palisa, targeting 6 sub-counties and 3 parishes in each district. The project focuses on all sectors of public service delivery, that is to say, agriculture, health, education, road, gender, leaders, governance, among others.
It started to basically to address the issues of corruption. It was started to address the issues of misallocation of funds. It was started to address the issue of lack of knowledge among community, knowledge about what funds have come for their projects, knowledge about what government is offering to them, to the community. It was started because it wanted to empower the community, the local people from the ground, to give them a voice to speak out through an SMS platform which we call Mobile M-omulimisa, and using a mobile phone to ensure that they take their voices from the community on those issues of concern of service delivery which are not good.
The key actors in this project are duty bearers or leaders and the grassroots community. But first things first, building the capacity of these stakeholders is a key component of this project. Trainings in the basic ICT use, SMS, have been carried out throughout the project area.
The training is mainly how to use ICT for development, and my work here is to make sure that the VSACs, that is the Voluntary Social Accountability Committee members, are able to use the different ICT that we have in place. And at the same time, I'm working with the M-omulimisa platform, whereby we are sending SMSs to the duty bearers directly, because these SMSs are free, and given the fact that our community are not that well off, we make them able to send these messages freely.
Agnes Bukare, the project officer, Eastern Uganda, says voluntary social accountability committees have been formed.
Wougnet projects in Eastern Uganda works with volunteer committees, parish level, and those ones are volunteer social accountability committees. We abbreviate it as VSACs. VSACs are made of 12 people with 70% of women composition, and we have categories that compose that committee. And the committees include both women, as I've already said, but the participation is biased on women. So we are going to look at the categories that form that committee, and we have the PWDs, which is supposed to be a woman. We're also supposed to have agricultural representative, supposed to be a woman. We're also supposed to have the education representative, that could be headmaster, a person from the school management committee or a PTA member, and that's supposed to be a woman also. We're supposed to have the LC1 chairpersons, that's supposed to be males, and then we're supposed to have the water user committee, that's supposed to be a male, and the road user committee is supposed to be a male. We have PDCs that can be optional, men or woman. We have parish chiefs that may be male or woman. We also have the people living with the HIV/AIDS. We meant it to be for the women, but we also give allowance whenever is able to come, can come. We also have the elderly, and then we have the people from the council tree. We have the parish councillors, male, female, and youth councillors. So basically, we're supposed to pick from that category 12 to form the VISAs.
These VISCAs act as local whistleblowers in their localities. The m-omulimisa is centrally managed by Wougnet. An SMS platform has been formed. Using this platform, messages on poor service delivery are sent to the platform by VISCAs and other members of the community. The platform then forwards them to the duty bearers for action. Fostering engagements between leaders and grassroots communities to improve service delivery is one of the core objectives of the project. According to Angulite Simon Lopez, the Community Development Officer, Palisa District, these engagement meetings have gone a long way to enable the communities share experiences and air out views that affect their livelihoods.
These engagement meetings are very important. They enable the community to highlight on government programs and also tickle the mind of the implementers where gaps are. Therefore, it is very good. Like they always tell us where the gaps, what is lacking in the villages, what is the problem, how do we come up with the problem. So it helps us at the planning process.
The project has put a lot of emphasis on improving stakeholders' understanding of the commitment to democratization and human rights towards sustainable development and improved livelihoods.
People have they have now known their roles. They have known how they should access, because they have ever been trained on this issue of civic education, how to access information, what to do. And now they actually, all along, they had problems in their villages. They had problems that they didn't know where to send them.
The project impact on advocacy and human rights in the communities has enabled members of the community like Rose Wafula to advocate for the rights of the girl child in her community.
As being an advocate, I have to stand on the side on behalf of the younger children, like the girl children. There was a neglect in my village of not educating girl child, that they are useless. They are taking those benefits to the men. They are not benefiting their families. But after having that, I went to the community, I synthesized them, and I began training them. They picked the interest, and right now, the girl children are back in schools.
Weijo Grace is a councillor representing people with disabilities from Rubongi sub-county. Grace recalls the old days before Wougnet's intervention. She says, being a disabled person, she could not publicly speak to the community.
On the side of children, some other children are born with a big head. So other parents do not think of taking those children to the hospital. Me, I always encourage them to take those young children to the hospital, because if they get treatment, they will even go back to school and study. I always encourage them, and some of them are now feeling well. There are different types of disabilities which I cannot mention all now.
The project has improved the communities, the VISCA, with skills to use the ICTs to monitor and report on poor service delivery. The m-omulimisa platform has developed trust between leaders and the grassroots communities. Through m-omulimisa, a number of issues related to poor service delivery have been reported and got fixed by duty bearers. This bridge at Osia Kidera in Rubongi sub-county, Tororo district was impassable for 2 months before this video crew visited the area. Thanks for the report made by VISACs of the area. Now works on this bridge are ongoing. Taka Violet from Bukalika village, Bukatuba parish, Masafu sub-county, has praised the project in her locality. She says their borehole broke down 9 months ago and they have been using contaminated water. But with the intervention of the local councillor, the borehole has been fixed. There are pending issues at Buanda Primary School. The latrine, the only one at the school, its top was blown off 2 years ago. No efforts have been taken to replace the top, despite the fact that the issue has been reported to the relevant authorities in the area.
We reported this bad toilet from Buanda Primary School. It has been condemned, but it is not done. So we reported this issue to the Wougnet people. So the management has wrote to the sub-county to get some help, because people has nowhere to use for this facilitation.
We can talk of boreholes. We have Bukalika borehole in Busia, Masafu sub-county, which was broken, and when it was raised through the SMS platform, we engaged the LC3, who advised the community to collect money through the water user committee and repair the borehole. Now the borehole is repaired. We've also had issues with the health. We had health in Kagoli Parish, that is in Palisa sub-county. There was no health center too in Kagoli Parish. But when the issue was raised through that platform and we had a meeting in the community engagement meeting, the CDO engaged the community themselves and they agreed to give land. Right now as we talk, the sub-county is procuring the legalities of the land acquisition, and they have promised that within the 3 years they are going to construct the health center.
This hot community engagement meeting between the grassroots community and duty bearers was held at Sikuda sub-county headquarters. One of the main issues the community wanted to find out was the distribution of cassava stems from the government under Operation Wealth Creation Program. The extension officer in charge of the sub-county and the sub-county chief of the area were taxed why there was uneven distribution of cassava stems.
District yawere sawunyala obo LC ones buli Kongo odola bandabo abaganyulwa madimu nilano no wona sikude chosi yose abalimi bali banga muvutufu wene farming households okira elif chine singa bakaba iya Operation World Creation kilos elif chidatu ni 800 singo muto yacha nende fadali kilo ndala.
And we are trying to monitor, and we are meeting tomorrow with the supporting staff to see a way forward. So please, I'm with the new management committee members, so if anything, you shall give a report, please. So my community members, feel at home, we are together.
Similar engagement meetings have been held throughout the project area.
Are not happy with the remedial payments in government schools in Busia district. Okusoma okwebisera byengolobe okusoma ebisera bya sawa nikiwereho kya government bwabazade hasi basangafu okutunga base sende esindi sho sirisitye situfu.
That said and done, the project has had some challenges.
There are areas where people are not receptive, where you find that community has not come up to a level. Like for instance, we have a sub-county, sub-counties where actually people are still very negative about the project. We had issues in Busia where actually we had leaders at the district. They think that we are not doing, they want to bring some bureaucracies in terms of how we address issues in Busia, that kind of thing. So we go into heated debates with leaders. Those those are some of the challenges we meet, that there are some hurdles, even if you want to advance certain things, but you cannot.
A well-functioning public sector that delivers quality public services consistent with citizens' preferences is considered critical to the World Bank's mission of poverty alleviation. Improving service means making service delivery better. This means people will enjoy their rights of utilizing their services. Improved service delivery across sectors will turn out to be leveraged results from one sector to another.